everybody. Welcome back to Tales from the Table with, I think it's Chelsea's campaign still, right?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
Yes.
Yay,
Yeah.
I got it right. Actually, I'm introing it because I fucked up the recording 2 times in a row and Chelsea refused to start the recording. So this is me talking
mean.
for...
Are we allowed to swear?
I swear.
No, definitely not. I've
No,
I've
we're
bleeped them
allowed
all
to
out.
fucking swear.
Yeah. Don't you listen to the podcast? It's always beep.
I don't.
Beep, beep, beep,
So no.
Is that
Harsh.
draconic?
Yeah, I was just...
Future Draconic.
I was thanking Dwayne
Yeah.
for the snacks.
Amazing.
Always my sponsor.
Anyway, Chelsea, it's all
so it's been like 3 sessions plus a Christmas special since we last did Tales from the Table. What are you guys thinking? How you feeling about it?
I have no idea
So
what's going
scared.
on.
I'm worried about vampires.
I hadn't caught that. Yep.
Yeah, so-
I'm just happy to be here.
Who are you?
Wait a minute. Hang on.
What is happening?
That's my line.
Yeah. Well, in like upcoming. So I had definitely prepped for Tash not to be here this week and next week.
I'm still here.
And for Briar to be here, but
They're
Briar
not here.
is sick,
Aw.
so they're not here.
Super
and
sick.
Tash
Feel
is
better.
here.
I'm also sick.
It's a good thing I didn't do anything big to Eldrick this last session. Oh,
I'm here.
He's just having a nap.
Dwayne's
Hi,
here.
Dwayne.
Yeah.
Hi,
Are we doing
Dwayne.
Tales of the Tape, or we're talking about the things that we did before, like
That's not
tonight?
what it's called,
Yes.
but yes.
That's correct. Yeah, you can talk about what we're doing tonight as well if you want.
Oh, well, that's
You go
spoilers.
ahead.
Okay. So I
We
have
can
no
ask,
idea.
It's a
My
flip. We're gonna ask
premonition?
Dwayne how everything's going.
Yeah.
It's gonna get a bunch of net 20s later tonight.
Just starts doing an ad
Perfect.
read.
Yeah.
I've done one before.
So I have a question for Tales from the Table, and I don't know if you're allowed to tell me, but
Love it.
we were like I guess we did it for episodes 1, 2, and 3 was the first one, or
Something
one,
like
just 1 and
that.
2. So then immediately after, there was so many people posting in Discord like, "How did you miss the thing? Can we know what the thing was now?"
The thing, you haven't figured it out.
Oh my god!
There was a couple things that we
There's
talked
been
about
a couple
that
of
we
things.
missed.
You got so one of them wasn't one you missed, but you now have evidence that Tana is an Iron Quill. So Tana Iron Quill,
That's
Corona
good
of
to
the
know.
Chapter of Archives.
And we've clarified Iron Quill is
Darth
like a
Vader.
last name. It's like a.
It is a
like
last name. It's not a title.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they used to be
Gnomes.
gnomes.
Right.
Unless you're
Yeah.
talking about a pen that's made out of steel.
Or a
Then
genome.
that would be an iron quill.
Different.
That would
Fair.
be a steel
That'd be a
quill.
steel
I was
quill.
just gonna say.
It's the same thing, okay?
Wow, Tash.
So
Welcome
pe-
back.
So people were questioning in the Discord how we missed that.
No, because
we're
that
fucking morons. Are you
that was
kidding me?
actually
Like, we're-
Have they met us?
yeah. Oy.
the only hint that there was 2 things that happened there. One of them was I said, oh, you can see her name's written, though her last name's illegible. Like I'd put something kind of vague about that. But there was a lot happening at the time. And then the other one was there was a little bit about like, she's very careful about talking about the Heart of the Tides is a weapon that could be used against a great evil. She never actually says it's Thadia Ironquill. So she's very careful in her wording. Yeah. And then she sends a message, which was when Darvin threatened her. She
To push
cast,
her out of the wind.
Yeah. She cast message, but she wasn't casting message to like a page or something. She was casting to communicate to the crew.
Well,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have picked
But
up on
well,
that.
and
Yeah.
you kind of weren't supposed to. It's one
I
of
knew
those
that.
ones where if you like listen back, you could be like, oh. But yeah.
I just wanted to, I think at that point, what I was trying to do, I was just trying to rattle her to see if she had any sort of ill reaction to like just being a bit rattled, but she was cool as a cucumber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just stunned by
You
her
should have pushed her, and then that would have rattled her a lot more.
She would
That's a
have
good way to rattle someone.
How you rattled now?
It
How do
would
you like me now?
yeah. Right.
I bet
Rattled
it's
her
like-
bones inside of her body. That's without a tongue.
Wow.
Whoa.
Whoa.
No, it is a bone. It's a
Oh,
bone.
okay. Oh, okay. I mean, she can take as many as she wants.
Anyways.
Anyway.
No, I was gonna say. I bet it's like. Sixth Sense. If we were to like listen back, we'd be like, oh shit, missed that, missed that, missed that,
Yes.
missed
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Well, and like, yeah, and there was something, there was a couple of people in the Discord being like, oh, I've put some stuff together. But yeah, you actually story-wise haven't come up to that thing yet.
Wow.
What?
Okay, man.
But that
that's
was,
incredible.
yeah.
So it's not vampires.
Oh, whoa.
I know that's sacrilege.
I'm wearing the shirt.
I didn't say that. So,
There's T-shirts made, so it's got to be now.
It's gotta be.
It
yeah.
has to be.
Has to be
Yeah.
vampires.
Gavin, you said that you had gone through and read all the evidence I dropped into the Discord, and
Yes.
then put it through ChatGPT as well to
Yeah.
give you a summary.
Wow, throw me right under the bus.
ChatGPT was like, "Oh, you're playing Chelsea's game. I get it."
What have you felt? What have you learned? Relearned?
Ascertain.
Oh,
Please write a summary for the
now
class.
I'm being tested. One is that I think when we were playing, and it sounds really stupid now that I say it, but like when we were talking about like the sovereign and the crown, I assumed they were like two different entities, and in a way they kind of are. But the way I understand it now is the sovereign is like the person as like an individual,
The
and
Tide Sovereign,
yeah,
yeah.
and the crown is like part of like the bigger part of that,
Yeah.
right? But I was seeing them as like two like head-butting entities, and that was fucking me up. I was like, what is happening between the crown and the fucking sovereign? Like, what is
Gotcha.
this, like another like faction we have to deal with? So anyway.
Totally. Well, actually, so that's an interesting fact. So the Endless Isles is the coastal area inside the province of Breath, which is on the continent of, and Chris is going to hate me, but I've just blanked on the name of the continent.
Canada.
It's cursing you in the future.
I'm just gonna open my ChatGPT right, and I'll tell you what it is.
Avastera. So Avastera is the continent, and so there is this like overarching ruling group, the Coronas, that kind of that make up the ruling class of the entire continent. So when Tana comes in, she's coming in from the continent, whereas the sovereign is in charge of Breath, which is the province.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. However, she can't just come in and be like, you're corrupt. Obviously, there's some politics there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. So interesting. That still makes sense. I'm just looking over my notes here. Captain Thadia, commander of Tiger ship. One thing that threw me off, and I think it's because I forgot the original name of the Iron Quill's ship, but I was looking through the index of ships that had happened. I have it here.
The Sea
But-
Breeze.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That was. I thought that was a name because it sounded familiar. And I was going to try to quickly listen back to the previous episode where we had done that. But there was the Storm Chaser, Iron Tide, King's Mercy, and Sea Breeze. And I was like, is it the Iron Tide? But it's like the Iron Quills. I'm like, this is a little too on the nose. So it's
Yeah.
probably Sea Breeze. But then I was just making note of like, because some of them say like the destination was the Maw. And
Yeah.
initially we were like, what the fuck does that mean? The other ones are like secure shipment for the crown was the Iron Tide. I'm like, okay. Is that them? What were they shipping? You know? So
Totally,
anyway,
yeah,
that
yeah,
threw me off too.
Yeah.
And then I think the last thing, Morrow's big realization, I should say Gavin's, was this creature. And I realized this last episode because you gave us more information thanks to my stupidity. But like there's this large sea creature entity that is being literally fed ships and crew and shit from the crown or the sovereign, whatever, based on an old deal that was done to essentially like allow. I actually missed what the true reason was, but it was like essentially like safe seas or something.
Yeah,
like that.
it's a little bit vague, and it is purposely a little bit vague.
Okay.
And that's, you haven't missed something there.
Okay.
What you have been given is essentially ancient pacts and deals. So similar to when we read like, stuff from Egypt, where we're like, okay, you got a vague idea of why that is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where, thousands of years ago, a deal was made where essentially ships have been getting sent to this area and sacrificed.
Right.
However, what Thadia was saying is that the crown thinks that they're buying time, but what they're doing is building an army of undead by
But-
sending these people to drown, and then
but not intentionally. The crown's not trying to make.
they don't
an army
know
of-
about the army of
Right.
the dead.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
So that was like a realization on Gavin, my part. Last episode, whereas like listening back to the previous ones, it is now obvious that there was like this big large creature, but I just wasn't like piecing that together because Morrow's backstory is also he has this unspoken deal with something called the Tide Caller, which is like an entity of the sea, which could be associated with the Maw, but he has no idea. Other
Yeah.
than like the one figure that he did meet, which was essentially like made of water.
Yeah.
That's his only interaction with it.
Totally.
So it's like,
You're the maw. It's even in your name.
oh god. I just eat sailors. That's not. Wait, no, that's not what I meant.
I believe they're called seamen.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, we're gonna have to delete
I
this
walked right
episode.
into that
Yeah.
one. Anyway, so like I think Gavin was confused on that because I'm like, wait, is this the Tide Caller? Is this tied to my backstory? So I was overthinking that a lot, and maybe it is, and I don't want like any spoilers there.
But I actually kind of like that Morrow, because I mean, there's this thing to do with the ocean and everything, and based on Morrow's backstory, there is potentially reason for him to be like,
Right.
wait a second, there's
Is this the thing?
this connection here. Yeah, totally.
Is this like the dark side of the Tide Caller?
Totally, yeah.
I've got to be honest, like I'm so in character for Darwin that I've not listened to the last 10 minutes of what you were talking about.
Amazing. Well,
Because Darwin is very much an in the moment type of guy.
Yeah, totally.
He's just like there in that moment, extremely present for whatever the fuck's happening at that moment, not much thought forwards and past.
Give me
Right.
a ship to attack with my axes.
I'll smash a hole in the
I'll
side of a
find
ship
all
and
the
find some
potatoes.
jerky.
Yeah.
I found a sword.
I lost a sword. I found a sword.
And I got a mop. And then we've got a new crewmate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure do.
Yeah.
He's got a great butt.
Warbles.
Just a magnificent badonk. Thank you very much, Russ, for the Warbles Mini. I am now no longer using a D4 for my.
It's crazy that the mini
placement.
actually looks like crystally or wet or like gooey. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like it's got a sheen to it.
There is an absolute
Dwayne
like
is staring at the badonk so hard right now.
laser focus.
I think it's the other way. I think that Badonk's staring at Dwayne.
I really sheened it up. I used some special sheen stuff
There's
that I
a
use.
there's a heavy dry brush.
He just
for
spits on
sure.
it. He just spits on it every half
Its
hour.
butt cheeks glisten in my eyes. I can barely see.
Does that side actually have butt cheeks? I wanna
It's
see.
got
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Feel free to-
Careful,
It's got a big old
careful.
Oh my god! It totally has butt cheeks.
We should post a
great.
picture of that so people know what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
Just like a
absolutely.
cloose up on the butt cheek.
Yeah.
Yeah, only
Yeah,
on
good
the butt
luck.
cheeks.
Gavin's on
Yeah,
it.
good luck. Nobody
Taking
can
a
take a
picture
good
of a
picture of a
mini.
mini.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you know
I
how to
will.
take a good picture of a
That's
mini,
not going
then
to
send us
focus.
a message.
You need a wider lens.
Yeah, it needs to be at least 6 inches.
Got it.
Sweet.
We have
Perfect.
butt cheek photo. I feel like that's pretty good.
I think it's good.
Yeah, it's
Those are your
nice.
fingers.
All right,
really
stay tuned to socials and Discord, everybody, for
Woo!
For Gavin's butt cheeks. Or
Yeah.
no minis.
Plasmoid.
For Gavin's
Plasmoid
butt
butt.
cheeks.
You know what Sue figured out?
What's
What
that?
does Sue figure out?
People are having sex in his kitchen.
Yeah. They are. Yeah.
Right? That's
yeah.
not right.
Yeah.
Sorry
I-
about that.
I got a panicked message from Potato, who was like,
Potato!
Please tell me it wasn't Archie and Thal. And I was like, I'm not doing underage stuff. No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Yeah, people
No.
are having
yeah.
sex in his kitchen.
And with the cooking, like with the cooking in the kitchen, like there's like some bad curses going on. Other than that, like it's tainting.
I don't think
stuff.
sanitation was a big issue.
Oh, it is in
in
Sue's
this
kitchen.
It is.
Are you kidding me,
Absolutely.
man?
It's a sushi kitchen.
Lemon
Yeah.
juice. To
Then-
just,
but then why wouldn't they cook food if they were worried about sanitation?
well, because it's properly prepared.
Let's,
Yeah.
let's keep it in the fridge. It'll be fine.
Exactly.
Yeah, Sue's been investigating all sorts of things. You investigated a blanket. You
Some flour.
investigated some flour.
We're good.
Yeah.
We're good. Well, Sue's not a great
a good looker.
investigator.
No,
He
no,
likes to
I've noticed
perceive
that.
things. Yeah, but he sure doesn't like to investigate.
I may have casually taken a look at your character sheet to see whether or not we should be investigating or perceiving.
Well, I kind of try to hit hard when it comes to like finding the right stats to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're actually really good about that. You're very strategic where you'll be like, I'd really like to perceive this. I'd really like to there's-
perceive the kitchen.
Yeah. He's not investigating, he's perceiving.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Strategic.
My stats are terrible. Have you looked through my stats for my actual
Yeah.
They're really low on all of them.
They are. Did you roll?
Yeah, I rolled for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can't really fake it, right? Like you can't go back.
Oh.
I
Yeah,
think
for a barbarian, I've got really bad stats where you would need good stats.
Yeah, I do allow like a roll, and then if your total is under 60, then you can go ahead and do a point spy or a standard array. But it's fine.
It's okay.
It's
We're
done.
here now.
We're here. Amazing.
I'm dumb.
Cool. And how's Eldrick doing?
I don't know. I think he's dead.
And that was something actually you said before we were on mic, which is that like you weren't supposed to be here.
No.
So I don't usually just kill. I think it's actually bad standard to just kill characters for a DM. So I definitely hadn't intended to kill you and then you be here this week. But hi, here we are.
That's fine.
Yeah, I got a message on Monday from Tash being like, haha, JK, I'm here. So,
Wait, so if Eldric's dead, what's Tash playing?
well, we're gonna fucking find out.
Oh.
A giddy goat.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
excited.
Kitty
That's
goat.
not bad.
Yeah, cool. Any other thoughts, feelings, hopes, dreams, questions, concerns?
About the campaign?
Or just in general.
Just in
Oh, I was gonna
general.
say, wow, yeah.
Just in general.
Okay, yeah.
Oh
I got
boy.
a few questions.
Ooh.
Yeah. Marketing seems to be a problem.
I try to help him, to be fair.
Yeah. It's just like, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
We've got a game plan now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I think I have one more, and it
I'm
was
ready.
the importance of these. What were they called? Tablets or stones or whatever.
Yeah.
You mentioned that they had some importance, and they had like a scripture, or not scriptures, but you
Piece
know.
missing as well.
Yeah,
on
and I was
them.
like,
yeah.
They were like
When I-
commandments almost.
Yeah.
But when I reread over them, I was like, okay, like I don't know. I felt like the information was kind of vague. Like what?
Yeah.
What are we missing there? Like,
So the stone tablet, there's a chunk of
Stone
it that
tablet.
had been chiseled away, right?
Right.
And then the tide caller, when you prayed to the tide caller, had essentially created like a replica in the sand for you,
Mm-hmm.
but had recreated the part that was missing.
Oh, shit.
The look on Gavin's face was amazing.
Had actually had created, yeah.
oh, Morrow definitely has that information.
Definitely,
Yeah.
totally.
yeah,
Morrow
yeah.
has that information. That it was a giant beast, like a giant skeletal human on some kind of skeletal
on the horse.
horseback.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I do have
Right.
that.
The horsey.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
like, not long after, someone, I think you guys got back to the boat, and someone was like, yeah, it's a kraken. And I was like, Thadia 100% 15 minutes ago said, it's not a kraken.
I think I just said that because it's like the lore that they would know.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, yeah.
Everyone knows. Everyone that is a pirate or a privateer would know what a kraken is. That's a
Totally,
big,
yeah,
scary,
yeah.
evil monster from the deep.
Yeah, there's like a sea creature
yeah.
eating things. It's
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 a
a
place.
kraken.
It's a
What
placeholder
else would it
beast.
be?
yeah,
Insert kraken.
It's obviously
Yeah.
a manticore.
100%.
Clearly.
Vampire
Manticore of the
Manticore.
sea.
Vampire Manticore.
Manticore is a great name for a
Yeah.
band.
Oh, that's a great.
Oh.
shit.
Vampire.
Vampire Manticore.
Love it.
I'm gonna add it before I forget.
Do you want us to fill the space, or should we just...
Yeah, no. Well, you can wait for
We'll
me to
just-
type on Slack, but
My notes about that tablet thing says, quote, redemption, ... army of the dead, ... followed by skeleton on horse.
Yeah. Yeah. The
that's what it
word
says.
redemption was tied into the sand, or written into the sand.
My notes so far say mop and bone sword.
Yeah.
And pirates are
Perfect.
bad.
and mob
No,
is
that's,
spelled
that
wrong.
bit's rubbed off because I keep leaning on it. So I don't even know that anymore. I might think pirates are good now. I have no idea.
Well, they kind of are good because they were helping us on that last battle.
Yeah,
Morrow's
that's
all
right,
confused.
I think
I
that
forgot
would say
to
that
say
was
that.
the thing that probably threw me the most last session was I was all ready for like Eldrick to put up a fight in the kidnapping. I was all ready for Eldrick to be like, fuck you. And Eldrick was just like, okay, off we go on a field trip. And I was, oh, all right.
But he was kind
okay.
of, to be fair, he was kind of into it, wasn't he? He was
He was
flirting
a
with her.
I mean, there was a
little
little
bit.
something. There's some
There
shipping
was a little
happening on the
spark
ship.
There was like a-
spark.
She's like, get on your knees. And he's like, yes, ma'am. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh wow!
I won't resist at all.
Immediately put his hands behind his back.
Yeah.
I think she literally mentioned, I think I said something like, oh, your Stockholm syndrome, the Stockholm
Yeah,
syndrome
yeah.
is strong with this one. Yeah.
Free vacation.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
Put this bridle on.
Amazing.
I've done
Nay.
that for you.
Yeah.
Nay,
okay.
nay.
Well, off we go to Eldrick's funeral, I guess.
All right.
Yay.
Yay.
Finally.
It's about time. Hate doing that
Outro
accent
music
anyways.
starting in.
Oh, we're not singing.
No, you can keep going.
Grab your weapons. But first, kiss yourself goodbye.